Spoilers for Spider-Man Brand New Day. So Brand New Day came out 2 weeks ago, and I just wanted to let my thoughts simmer in before I actually made a full-on review of it. But there's a thought process that a lot of people have been having about the film, and that it's better than Spider-Man 2. You know, it's one of the best Spider-Man movies I've ever made, or at least it's on par with it. And honestly, I'm calling BS on that. Now, don't get me wrong, there are things I actually like more in Brand New Day, or at least on the same level. For example, the fight scenes, I think they're really good, and they're on the same level, and in some ways actually better. The cinematography is way better in certain aspects, like when Peter is swinging, it kind of feels very much like TASM 2, which is like peak web slinging still. The suit is the best suit we've ever seen, again, referring to TASM 2 again, because people usually say that that is the best Spider-Man suit we've gotten since, you know, ever. That is just the best we've ever gotten in live action specifically. And then the swinging, again, very similar to TASM 2, and it looks really good, and in some ways better. But I do think one of the main contributing factors to Spider-Man 2 being a better film than Brand New Day is the story. Now, I actually do think that these stories have similar elements. Now, that might be intentional or not. I'm not really sure, because I do know that Tom Holland said that he took inspiration from the Insomniac games, and he probably took inspiration from other stuff like the Raimi movies and the TASM movies. And he also did look on YouTube, you know, see people's thoughts on, you know, what they would want in the Spider-Man movie. But if I had to give some examples, I would say that Peter losing his powers is more interesting than Peter gaining powers, like with the mutations and stuff like that, and the explanation being, you know, spiders evolving, and, you know, it could be very similar to Peter's powers evolving and stuff like that. I do like the fact that we get more human elements in Spider-Man 2, where we get to see him, you know, broke, trying to, you know, build his connections back with MJ and stuff like that. And you get to see him just be normal and try to rebuild his life after losing his powers. I guess another thing in Brand New Day's favor is I do like Zendaya's character, Michelle, more than MJ, because Raimi MJ is just so bad. Also, I do think that Doc Ock is definitely in the top 3 in terms of Spider-Man villains, specifically in live action. Obviously, you can say that Kingpin from Spider-Verse is up there and stuff like that, but obviously, in terms of live action, he's either 1 or 2 next to Green Goblin. One of the many flaws of Brand New Day is the villains, and I do think that they should have focused on characters like Scorpion and, you know, Tombstone in the beginning, and, you know, just some other Spider-Man characters that we would have liked to see. I honestly think that Jean just doesn't hold a candle to Doc Ock, and honestly, it's kind of difficult, because I don't think most Spider-Man villains, at least in live action, do. But because of that, I cannot just instantly put it on the same level or say that it's better. I think there are aspects of both of these films that people like, and, you know, you can choose which one is your favorite, and that's really what it comes down to. But obviously, people love Brand New Day, and it's made freaking $1.7 billion. I mean, at this point, it's definitely the most successful Spider-Man film that we've ever gotten. Also, if you enjoyed the film, there's really nothing wrong with that. You can like what you like. I just don't think it's on the same level as Peak. So yeah, thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, like. I'll see you guys.